more than 200,000 people will be running back and forth through the gates here at Sun and Fun, a huge campus. And I mentioned in the intro that this is the second largest fly-in exhibition air show in the country, second only behind Oshkosh up in my home state of Wisconsin. Also from Wisconsin, however, is our next guest. His name is Gene Conrad, but he is the president and CEO of Sun and Fun, the former director of the airport, sitting right behind me, actually over my shoulder to the left. And he brought that airport along with commercial service and all sorts of great stuff. Gene, welcome aboard. You are the superstar this week. Well, everybody looks to Gene Conrad for wisdom, wit, and all sorts of other fun
wisdom, wit,
stuff.
And complaints. So I'm the complaints department too. But hey,
and they're going to want to know where he got that shirt.
Yeah, well, hold on. Yeah, so no, but thanks for having me. I truly appreciate it, and it's going to be a phenomenal week for us. You know, we're up over 20% as far as ticket sales where we were this time last year, and last year was a record. And I will say I did dial up the perfect weather this week, so we're super excited. It's going to be a banner week. And before we go any further, I just want to make sure I thank our volunteers. We're a volunteer organization. We have over 3,000 volunteers that converge on Lakeland and Polk County to help us get this event done, and we cannot do it without them. So kudos to them, and thank you. And I know a lot of locals are volunteers here as well, so thank you to all of them.
Actually, I was going to comment on that, Gene, because I've been here earlier this morning. Volunteers are amazing. The amount of folks going around making sure that the press, international press here from all over the world, getting concierge service out of your press room, really an outstanding job here.
No, I appreciate it. And again, we have over 150 different areas that we have chairmen assigned to, right? And then those chairmen have co-chairs and other folks, and just a whole litany of volunteers that they go out and recruit and bring here to help us. And it is a master class in trying to figure out how to do this each year. I will tell you, I've been talking about it quite a bit this week. It is super hard to operate in an event like this because, we unpack it, we operate for 6 days, and I got to put it in a suitcase and then put it away. And then we go talk about it for a year, come up with all these grandiose plans, and then we unpack it and try to operate it again. And, when you think about, I'm going to make this change, I'll just give you an example. Volunteer lunches, we make big changes this year because we want to upgrade the experience for our volunteers. But all the dominoes and all the effects and how are you going to distribute and logistics of it and trying to inventory. So anytime we touch something, there's a lot to it. But, our volunteers, they just step in, they pivot, they're flexible, and we get it done.
And that's not talking about all the different stuff that's up in the sky at the same time, too.
Yeah.
So, just this morning, hot air balloons, light aircraft, warplanes coming in, just an amazing job coordinating
when you think
it
about
all.
this event, you can come here, you can be here when the gates open. We say 9, but really if you're going to be here at 8, you can be here at 8. But there is entertainment and something going on all day. Obviously, during the day, you can come see over 572 exhibitors this year, which is a record. You can come out here, enjoy our forums and our workshops. Even if you don't like aviation, we have programming. The NASA administrator is talking right now as we speak. So after this, I'm running over there to see him. His name's Jared Isaacman. He started Draken International, that's based here in Lakeland. So we have a tie. But the programming and all the things that you can do, our daytime air shows, our night shows, the entertainment value, all the things that you can do, all our junior ACES activities for our kiddos, so our young folks. There's air-conditioned tents with STEM-based exhibits, so you can get out of the sun and, enjoy that, our family oasis. So just so much for everybody. And you can be with us from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. every single day and get entertained.
Yeah, it's great stuff. And Jack and I had the opportunity to do a little tour like we do every single year, and I always look forward to this show. It is such a fun place. It's just a fun place to be. All positive. I'll use the I don't want to say zillennial term, but has a lot of positive vibes. Whatever. But it does. This is a positive place. And I talk about it all the time. How my youngest son Hunter, went through the Central Florida Aerospace Academy right behind you. And turned it into a career. He's a captain in the Air Force right now, and has been assigned to the B-1 bomber. So the bone,
Yep.
And the Iranians are getting a little taste of that right now. But the fact of the matter is, this is more. The point of that, it's more than just 6 days
Yep.
of air show and exhibitions and clinics and all that type of stuff. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Sun and Fun 6-day event. It is our primary fundraiser for our parent company, the Aerospace Center for Excellence, and what we say the other 51 weeks out of the year. So our educational programming, again, the net proceeds are funding that year round, and it is pretty special. I could talk to you about all of this stuff for an hour, but when you think about, our mission at ACE is to engage, educate, and accelerate the next generation of aerospace professionals. Well, how do we engage? So this week alone, we're bringing 3,800 kids on school buses from all over Central Florida are coming here to the event. Our Florida Air Museum, it's the official air museum for the state of Florida. We have story time every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. for our 2 to 5-year-olds. The Tuesday before we started, we had 150 2 to 5-year-olds, Mark. I mean, that's a handful, right? But with their grandparents and their parents. But it's all about early literacy and using aviation, to introduce them to reading and get them excited about aviation at the same time. Our summer camp programs are robust. We're almost doubling our summer camp program this year. In partnership with Polk County Public Schools, outside of the field trips here, we have our own field trip program for our 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders here in Polk County, and we're paying to bus these kids in. All the programming is a pre-approved field trip. They get out, the teachers go in, they assign they want to go, click they want to go, the bus shows up, and the kids come here. And then also through our James C. Ray Scholarship Program, last year we awarded 30 private pilot scholarships, each one about $12,000 a piece. We have now, just this last Sunday, certified our 200th kid that got his pilot's license through the James C. Ray Scholarship Program. So Chuck Brown with Jack Brown Seaplane Base, DPE. He's probably done about 110 of those check rides of our 200 kids. And then we do another 100,000 in scholarships to our graduating seniors from the CFAA. But it's not just here in Lakeland. In Winter Haven, you got CFAA Winter Haven at Gilbert Field. You got the air traffic control program that's going on at Bartow, the Lakeland Aero Club here on the airport here in Lakeland, the Aspiring Aviators High School Club in Winter Haven. And the reason I say all that, and I know I just said a lot, but what is happening here because of the love and dedication of all the volunteers over these 52 years and all the partners and everybody that comes here and spends money, every single year, is going back into programming that is number one legit, and I will tell you, does not exist anywhere else in the world. It is happening right here in Polk County.
And I think one of the most exciting things for me is the fact that you're closing that loop. So the amount of folks who are here for employment, to go to the job fairs, to go to talk to the folks from Avello and Amazon and the other airlines that are here, to close that loop. So not just educating them, but helping them get their first step in their next career.
Absolutely. So career fair, it's 6 days. All these companies come here, they want to talk to, people that are interested in getting into the aviation field or in it or looking for a career change. But again, I can't stress enough. So even if you're not an aviation enthusiast, but you want to come out you want to check out cool air shows, our night shows are world class. When you're spending that money to come out here, that money is being invested right back into our families here in Polk County and into our kiddos. That's where it goes. It's not going anywhere else in the world. It stays right here into our programming.
Gene, what's the best website to go to find out 2 things? One, more about what you do here, including the education, the Florida Aviation Museum and all of that stuff, and this event, but also on the event days, I guess. It's, hey, I'm interested in coming out on Saturday, checking out things and all of that type of stuff. Where do they go?
Yeah, they go to flysnf.org, right, for all the Sun and
Fun. The letter S, N.
N as in Nancy, F as in Frank. .org. flysnf.org. And that's for all Sun and Fun related event information. But at the top, when you go to flysnf.org, you'll see a button at the top on the left. It says ACE for the Aerospace Center for Excellence. If you want more information about all of our educational programming that I just talked about, click that button, ACE, at ACE, or you can go direct to our website for ACE. It's ACE.edu.org. So ACE.edu.org to get all the information about all of our programming.
And a great app this year. So the app is amazing. It updates.
We're sending out push notifications this year, so that's a new thing.
Push notifications
right?
on it. The interactive map, so you can look and see where
you are. That's
you
right.
are that little blue dot, and you can see where your next spot is. It really is impressive.
Well, it's all about technology, and I will tell you something about our events, and not only this event, but obviously you guys, as Visit Central Florida and Polk County Sports Marketing, you guys do all kinds of events, obviously all over, and host a bunch of people. But we're having to change too with the demographic. You kind of touched on a little bit earlier, kind of our programming, what we do too. We're doing more concerts, just more entertainment, because I will tell you, it's about the experience, it's experiential. People want that. So we're having to change some of the things that we do because we need that younger crowd to come in here and they're looking for that experience, and we're having to change some stuff. So, you know, you're going to see some cool stuff this year. We had a great opening night concert last night. It was phenomenal. There's going to be Ian Tongi's playing today out on the Warbird ramp.
Heard him doing his sound check.
He's
He sounded good.
And then we have a big change this year. Our air show, daytime air show on Wednesday today doesn't start till 5 p.m., which is a big change. So from 1 to 5, we used to do our daytime air show and then stop, open the airport, let aircraft arrive, depart, and then start the night show. But we decided to go to 5 o'clock. It's really kind of, people are still here, but just the chaotic pace of a Wednesday. It is not as chaotic today. People are flying in. I will tell you, there are more airplanes here than have probably been on the airport in well over a decade. So this weather
and this is
really
the busiest airport.
Yes.
You and I were talking a couple of years ago, and you said, Mark, you know, this is the busiest airport in the world for these 6 days.
Yeah, and for periods of time, right? So we're not going to be as busy as Atlanta today or whatever, but when you look at the compression that we have and how we're only able to take, like yesterday, for example, the NOTAM goes into effect at 7 a.m., we shut down for an air show at 1, and then we open up again at 5:30, and we operate for another hour and a half, and that's it. So you're only getting maybe a 6.5 hour period to handle all these aircraft coming and going, when Atlanta gets 24 hours, right? So we're pretty busy.
FAA does a great job.
They do.
With the, you know, the air traffic controllers and all that type is a big job. You've got a big job. Really appreciate you taking some time. I mean, during this very, very busy week. Thanks for all you do. You do a lot for this community in many, many ways, and we certainly appreciate everything you and the staff and the volunteers do for all of us. So thank you.
And then Mark, I really appreciate that, but also I can't say this enough. Visit Central Florida and the partnership we have with you all. You guys are phenomenal. Whenever we need something, you guys are ready to help us. You know, hopefully we reciprocate on that, but you guys are phenomenal. Our future is looking bright, you know, with monies that hopefully will be programmed, you know, for our exhibit buildings. I know you guys are working on, the future plans, so we really appreciate the partnership to help us, you know, keep this flying strong.
Well, thank you, Gene. Thanks so much for joining us.